Tiffany Stratton goes unconscious after Nia Jax brutally attacks her. What happens when a pink glitter Barbie aesthetic collides with 272 pounds of pure, unfiltered, wrecking ball destruction? You get absolute, total, and glorious carnage live on Friday Night SmackDown. Welcome back to Wrestling Rush News, your absolute premier destination for the wildest, most unpredictable, and downright bone-crushing drama anywhere in professional wrestling. Before we jump right into the violent chaos that left the entire locker room completely speechless, make sure to hit that subscribe button right now and click that notification bell icon so you never miss a single second of our high-octane ringside coverage. Now, let us paint the picture because the backstage area on SmackDown was turned into a literal crime scene. WWE Women's United States Champion Tiffany Stratton was getting completely prepared for what was already set to be an absolute grueling night. She had a major title defense lined up against Jacy Jayne later on the broadcast. You would think a reigning champion would be laser-focused on her own high-stakes match, locking in her game plan and taping up her wrists. But Tiffy Time has never been known to play it safe, especially when her alliance with Chelsea Green is involved. When Chelsea found herself completely cornered and surrounded by danger backstage, Tiffany did not hesitate for a single microsecond. She sprinted directly into the line of fire to rescue her ally, but stepping into that alleyway proved to be the absolute biggest mistake of her entire career. Instead of finding a manageable disagreement, Tiffany walked straight into a 2-on-1 ambush orchestrating pure destruction. Waiting in the shadows were none other than the irresistible force Nia Jax and the powerhouse Lash legend. The second Tiffany rounded that corner, the trap sprung with terrifying speed. There was no pre-match trash talk, no referee checking for weapons, and absolutely zero room to breathe. Lash legend grabbed Chelsea Green and tossed her into a stack of production crates like a bag of discarded laundry, leaving Tiffany completely isolated against the single most dominant visual force in the entire women's division. Nia Jax did not just attack Tiffany Stratton, she treated her like a human ragdoll in a total demolition derby. Nia grabbed the champion by the throat and slammed her directly into the reinforced steel garage doors with a sickening thud that echoed straight down the venue hallways. Tiffany tried to fight back with dynamic right hands, trying to use her signature explosive speed to create space, but fighting Nia Jax in a tight backstage hallway is like trying to stop an oncoming freight train with a plastic umbrella. Lash legend rejoined the beatdown, grabbing Tiffany's arms and pinning her against the wall, allowing Nia Jax to rain down heavy, brutal strikes right into her midsection. The sound of those blows was absolutely horrific, knocking every single drop of oxygen straight out of the champ's lungs. But Nia Jax was nowhere near finished with her reign of terror. She dragged Tiffany toward a staging area stacked high with heavy iron equipment trunks. Nia picked Stratton up onto her massive shoulders as if she weighed less than a feather, adjusted her grip, and executed a soul-crushing Samoan Drop straight off the elevated platform and through a solid wooden table. The impact was so loud it sounded like a bomb going off backstage. Wood splinters flew into the air, wires were yanked out of power boxes, and the scene went instantly, terrifyingly quiet. When the dust finally settled, Tiffany Stratton was not just hurt, she was completely unresponsive, motionless among the debris, knocked stone-cold unconscious. Medical staff and frantic officials scrambled into the shot screaming for help. Waving medical bags and calling for a stretcher while Nia Jax and Lash legend stood over the wreckage looking like absolute supervillains who had just leveled a city block. It was a cold, calculated message sent directly to the top of the division: nobody is safe when the irresistible force decides to go on a rampage. This vicious backstage destruction created an immediate, massive ripple effect that threw the entire SmackDown match card into total disarray. Remember, Tiffany was scheduled to defend her prized Women's United States Championship against Jacy Jayne later that very same night. Wrestling fans everywhere were left asking the exact same burning question: how on earth could any human being, no matter how tough or athletic, recover from being driven through a table and rendered unconscious just hours before stepping inside the squared circle? Going into a championship match against a sharp, ruthless opponent like Jacy Jayne is tough enough when you are at 100% health, but entering the ring with a severe concussion, cracked ribs, and a body that was just battered by Nia Jax is a complete recipe for total disaster. This brutal assault proves that in modern WWE, holding a championship belt instantly paints a giant target on your back every single second you step into the arena. Nia Jax and Lash legend have officially redefined the power dynamic on Friday nights, proving that they do not care about rankings, fan opinions, or official match contracts. They care about total dominance and leaving absolute devastation in their wake. Whether Tiffany Stratton can somehow recover from this career-altering beatdown or if this marks the beginning of a terrifying new era controlled by Nia Jax remains to be seen, but one thing is crystal clear, the women's division will never be the same after this monstrous display of raw power. Thank you so much for watching Wrestling Rush News.